こんばんは。リラックスしながらお聞きください。英語で国内ニュースから今日の主なニュースをお届けします。
Typhoon number 13, a large and powerful storm, is moving west while bringing the Daito Islands in Okinawa into its storm area. Okinawa and Amami may face extremely strong winds capable of destroying some homes. Rain is also intensifying, and Okinawa Prefecture may see a line of heavy rain clouds.
Today marks 81 years since the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. At the Peace Memorial Park in Hiroshima and other locations, many survivors and bereaved family members are praying. People are also calling for nuclear weapons never to be used. One participant said they want to continue speaking out for that goal.
In Kumamoto Prefecture, 38 people had died by 7:30 this morning in the earthquake, including people suspected of dying from disaster-related causes. A total of 6,899 people were staying in evacuation shelters. The prefectural disaster response headquarters planned to hold a meeting at 4 p.m. With the meeting streamed live,
Prime Minister Takakichi says she will avoid making predictions about how the wording of Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles might be reviewed. Hiroshima marked 81 years since the atomic bombing on August 6th. Amid conflicts worldwide and concern over the nuclear taboo, people gathered to mourn the victims and pray for peace.
the section of the Kyushu Shinkansen between Kumamoto and Shin Minamata has been out of service because of the earthquake. The railway company's president says the company plans to announce this month when it expects the entire line to resume operation. No specific date for the full reopening has been announced.
Saga Prefectural Police have sent 13 more cases to prosecutors involving a former laboratory employee accused of falsifying DNA test documents and destroying evidence. A special inspection found new wrongdoing, including mixed-up evidence and use of other data. The 13 cases were not time-barred, and 3 involved evidence sent to prosecutors in attempted murder and other cases.
A 32-year-old woman has been arrested on suspicion of disrupting business by repeatedly placing and canceling large orders at an online shop. She reportedly used more than 200 email accounts, and canceled convenience store payments are believed to total about 4.3 billion yen. She admitted the allegation, saying purchases before items sold out brought satisfaction when stressed.
In a message read in Hiroshima, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the decades-long trend toward reducing nuclear weapons is now reversing. He warned that the international rule against nuclear tests is also threatened. He said peace must be built through trust, dialogue, diplomacy, international cooperation, international law, and disarmament.
Actor Hanayo Sumi, who became a leading male role star with the Takarazuka Review, has died at age 94. She died of old age on August 3rd. Sumi and actor Tadao Takashima were known as a devoted married couple. She was also widely known for her work as an actor and performer.
次は社会のニュースです。
Typhoon number 13, a large and powerful storm, is moving west while bringing the Daito Islands in Okinawa into its storm area. Okinawa and Amami may face extremely strong winds that could destroy some homes. Rain is also expected to intensify, and Okinawa may experience a line of heavy rain clouds.
After the earthquake, 38 people in Kumamoto Prefecture had died as of 7:30 a.m. This number includes people suspected of dying from disaster-related causes. A total of 6,899 people were staying in evacuation shelters. A prefectural disaster response meeting was scheduled for 4 p.m. and would be streamed live.
At a peace memorial ceremony in Hiroshima, Prime Minister Takaichi gave her first speech since taking office. She offered condolences to the victims of the atomic bombing and sympathy to survivors still suffering. She said Japan will uphold its 3 non-nuclear principles and continue efforts toward a world without nuclear weapons.
In a speech for the Hiroshima Memorial Ceremony, the United Nations Secretary-General warned that the decades-long trend of reducing nuclear weapons is reversing. International rules against nuclear tests are also under threat. He said military spending reached $2.9 trillion in 2025 and urged nations to build peace through trust, dialogue, diplomacy, and disarmament.
At a news conference in Hiroshima, Prime Minister Takaichi said Japan continues to uphold its 3 non-nuclear principles. However, she declined to predict how they will be described in a planned year-end revision of the 3 national security documents. She said Japan has a mission to lead international efforts toward a world without nuclear weapons.
A large explosion occurred at Aeon Mall Kumamoto in Kashima, Kumamoto Prefecture. The national government said on August 5th that an LP gas explosion was highly likely. The company in Fukuoka that supplied the gas said on August 6th that it takes the matter seriously and will fully cooperate with the investigation.
Service between Kumamoto and Shin-Minamata stations on the Kyushu Shinkansen has been suspended because of the earthquake. The president of JR Kyushu said the company plans to announce an outlook for when service can restart sometime in August. The section is currently unable to operate because of earthquake damage.
A doctor 63 was found guilty by the Chiba District Court of damaging buildings. He was accused of applying or spreading an oil-like liquid at Narita-san Shinshoji Temple and Katori Shrine in 2015. He received an 18-month prison sentence, suspended for 3 years. The court considered his admission and promise not to repeat the offense.
Police in Tokyo arrested a 32-year-old man living in Osaka. He is accused of repeatedly placing large orders at an online shop run by a major publisher and canceling them without paying. Investigators believe he made more than 2,000 improper orders. The alleged actions caused trouble for the shop.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Japan's government and ruling parties decided a basic policy to cut the consumption tax on food. Starting next April, the tax would be reduced to 1% for 2 years. They plan to submit the necessary bill to an extraordinary diet session expected this autumn and aim to have it passed.
Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi left open the possibility of reviewing Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles. At a press conference in Hiroshima, she said the government currently maintains the principles as policy, but she declined to predict the wording of revised security documents expected at the end of this year. Her speech also used different wording.
Tokyo's stock market fell in morning trading. The Nikkei average briefly dropped more than 1,300 yen and fell below 65,000 yen. By the morning close, it was down 1,033 yen and 77 sen, at 65,266 yen and 67 sen. Selling focused on artificial intelligence and semiconductor stocks after yesterday's sharp rise.
A July index for rice prices over the next 3 months fell to 18, its lowest level ever recorded in the survey. It was down 1 point from June and stayed below the key level of 50 for the 10th straight month. Early season new rice has reached stores, and price cuts on existing stocks may increase.
A government estimate says rising interest rates could increase the yearly burden on people in their 30s with home loans by about 240,000 yen. The estimate assumes borrowing rates rise 1 percentage point and deposit rates rise 0.6 points. People in their 70s without home loans could gain about 80,000 yen a year.
The president of JR Kyushu said the company hopes to give an approximate timetable within August for the full reopening of the Kyushu Shinkansen. Some sections, including Kumamoto to Shinminamata, remain suspended because of the Kumamoto earthquake. The line between Shinminamata and Kagoshima Chuo is scheduled to resume service on August 7th.
Japan's health ministry study group proposed excluding cancer patients and people who are hospitalized from a new extra charge. The charge would apply to patients prescribed OTC-like medicines which have ingredients or effects similar to over-the-counter drugs. The proposal appeared in an interim summary of discussions about changing the payment system.
Aichi Prefecture and Nagoya City agreed to speed up preparations to seek designation as a subcapital. They will create a working-level meeting and continue practical preparations, although national requirements and basic policy are not yet clear. Leaders from municipalities across Aichi also supported working together toward the designation and discussed its possible benefits for young people.
SBI Shinsei Bank announced a new framework with more than 20 regional banks for large lending projects. The group is considering syndicated loans worth about 100 billion yen for mergers and acquisitions, data centers, and renewable energy. 14 regional banks have joined so far, and about 10 more are expected to join in August.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Shohei Ohtani hit his 25th and 26th home runs of the season against the Cubs. The first was a leadoff homer, and the second was a 2-run shot in the 8th inning. He went 3 for 5. The Dodgers scored 5 runs in the 8th but lost 7-6 for their 6th straight loss.
The 108th National High School Baseball Championship opened at Koshin Stadium in Nishinomiya, Hyogo on August 5th. For the first time in the national tournament, a woman serving on the umpiring committee judged a game. Sign language was also used for the first time during the opening ceremony. The tournament lasts 18 days.
The Summer National High School Baseball Tournament opened at Koshin Stadium. In the first game after the opening ceremony, Sendai Ikue High School of Miyagi beat Sapporo Nihon University High School of Southern Hokkaido 3-1. Sendai Ikue advanced to the second round. This was the first game of the tournament.
A report from the Summer High School Baseball Tournament focuses on a Koshin game between Kamimura Gakuen and Tochiku. The available information identifies the two teams and the matchup, but it does not provide a score, result, or play-by-play details. No further game information is included.
Japan national team defender Takehiro Tomiyasu is expected to join Crystal Palace in England. He has passed his medical check, and a formal contract could be signed within the next day or two. Tomiyasu left Ajax after last season and began training with Palace in late July. He also played in a preseason match.
South Korean police searched the country's football association on August 6th. The investigation concerns how Hong Myung-bo was selected as the former coach of South Korea's national team. The team was eliminated in the group stage of the World Cup in North and Central America. Police suspect obstruction of business and are checking for improper interference.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino will remain in office after receiving full support from FIFA's executive leaders during a 7-hour meeting in Morocco. He sincerely apologized to member associations over a plan to sell minority World Cup business rights for up to $4.2 billion. The plan was withdrawn after criticism and a lack of prior consultation.
Japanese professional baseball played 6 games on August 5th. In the Pacific League, the leading SoftBank Hawks won. As a result, the team's magic number for winning the league championship became 37. The result moved SoftBank closer to the league title. Other games were also played across professional baseball in Japan.
The Angels traded many key players by the deadline, including pitcher Soriano, veteran pitcher Yates, reliever Silseth, and outfielder Adele. The team received 8 young prospects as it began rebuilding. Mike Trout had visited the trade room, leading to questions about his role, but he denied directing any trades and said his plans to stay had not changed.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
Talks between Iran and Oman are nearing a possible agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The two countries are discussing a new route through the strait, and the details have been shared with the United States. President Trump and Treasury Secretary Bessent said an agreement could come soon. Iran has effectively blocked other routes.
Ukraine says Russia launched 24 ballistic missiles between the night of August 4 and the morning of August 5. None were intercepted. Russia also sent 115 drones targeting food warehouses and supermarket distribution centers. 17 people were killed and about 46 injured in Kyiv region, and Kyiv, Ukraine says it lacks Patriot missiles.
German officials said a drone carrying explosives was found near a runway at Leipzig-Halle Airport in Saxony, eastern Germany. The discovery was made between the night of August 4 and August 5. The German government suggested that Russia may have been involved, but did not confirm its role.
South Korean police searched the country's football association on August 6th. The investigation concerns how former national team coach Hong Myung-bo was selected. South Korea was eliminated in the group stage of the North and Central American World Cup. Police suspect possible obstruction of business and are checking whether there was improper interference.
Taiwan has begun one of its largest military exercises, called the Han Kwang exercise. It assumes a Chinese invasion and uses scenarios that are not announced in advance. Tanks and vehicles carrying Patriot air defense systems moved through city streets. Civilian air raid drills are also being held. The exercise will continue through August 14th, including a first test with slower mobile communications.
A mass funeral was held in Gaza for 112 people killed in an Israeli airstrike in November 2023. The bodies, including those of 40 children, were found during a search lasting about 2 weeks. More than 300 people died in the attack. About 8,000 people remain missing under rubble. Airstrikes are hindering searches.
U.S. Customs officials say they have begun processing refunds totaling more than 15.7 trillion yen. The money includes reciprocal tariffs and other tariffs collected by the Trump administration under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, known as IEEPA. The refund procedures had advanced by the end of last month.
Ukrainian officials say a North Korean missile unit may have begun deploying to western Russia. The unit is expected to supply 120 ballistic missiles and 6 launchers. It reportedly has about 90 members. Russia and North Korea formed a military alliance in 2024. Ukraine says its air defenses are weaker and is asking the United States for Patriot interceptor missiles, but support remains uncertain.
The U.S. Defense Department is reportedly developing a new nuclear strategy focused on possible use of short-range tactical nuclear weapons in regional conflicts involving China or Russia. The plan is led by a senior Pentagon policy official named Colby. A change could affect Japan's security. Some lawmakers warn it could make people less reluctant to use nuclear weapons.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Actor Hanayo Sumi, a former top star of the Takarazuka Revue and the wife of actor Tadao Takashima, has died at 94. She died on August 3rd at 4:43 a.m. from old age. Sumi joined Takarazuka in 1948, became a popular male role star, and later appeared on television and in films. She and Takashima married in 1963.
Weekly Shonen Jump has fallen below 1 million copies in print circulation, according to a report dated August 6th. The decline highlights a clear drop in the number of printed magazines. The report says that falling circulation is especially noticeable among print magazines, but it gave no further details about the reasons for the decline.
A public broadcaster says one of its employees suffered sexual abuse by a program performer. The employee took leave and later asked to return in a different workplace, but personnel officials refused the transfer and did not report the case to executives. The broadcaster called its response inappropriate, apologized, and said it failed to recognize a serious human rights violation.
Prosecutors are seeking a 7-year prison sentence for Shingo Saito, 43, a former member of comedy trio Jungle Pocket. He is charged with non-consensual sexual intercourse and other offenses involving a female co-star. Saito says he is not guilty and believed she had agreed. The trial ended on August 5th, and the court will announce its decision on November 16th.
Rina Yamamoto, 32, a former television announcer who now works freelance, has announced her divorce. She shared the news on Instagram on August 6th. Yamamoto married a man outside the entertainment industry in March 2022. She said the couple reached the decision after many discussions and called their 4 years together a precious treasure.
A publisher has warned people not to copy, share, sell, or post edited images from Kaho Fujishima's first photo book. It said several such posts, including images made with generative AI, have appeared online and on social media. The publisher asked for quick removal and said it may seek legal action if unauthorized use continues.
The comedy show Documental, planned and produced by Hitoshi Matsumoto, will be made in the United States for the first time. Its overseas title is LOL, Last One Laughing. Local versions have already been produced in 25 countries and regions, with more than 80 seasons shown. The American cast will be announced later.
Minami Tanaka made her first public appearance after announcing her marriage to Kazuya Kaminashi and her pregnancy with their first child. The announcement came on June 29th. At a film preview in Tokyo on August 5th, Tanaka appeared in a dress and smiled when reporters congratulated her, saying, "Thank you."
Actress Ryoko Hirosue has returned to regular broadcast television after suspending all entertainment work for recovery. On a TV program, she discussed her future. She said she is not sure she loves the entertainment world as she did in her teens and 20s. She wants to find what she can do and work honestly little by little.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。